We have a Honda Pioneer 1005 LE. We're going to get ready and put the winch on this, just show how we're going to do that. So we're going to get ready and go for it. We're going to go ahead and start with the wiring on this under the hood here. Put a couple of the harnesses in, and we'll show you how we're going to do that. Alright, first we'll just figure out where to put everything. I know a lot of guys put their contact right there for the winch. We got harnesses and stuff we've got to put in. We've got to drill in the one piece that has the cable for the controls of the winch into the glove box, which is right there. And then this harness actually hooks in to the Honda with the Honda plugs to the Honda wiring harness, and we've got that figured out. And then it comes up, and these three go right to the contact for the controls. And this one plugs into the cable that goes into the glove box. So that's probably the first thing we'll do. Alright, so the harness that goes to the glove box, it obviously clips in right there. And then it goes to this harness, which, we already talked about that, goes to the contact there. But this end goes to the accessory power, so that when the key's on an accessory position, it will give power for the winch to work. But it's not on all the time. So what they've done is we're just going to intercept the power from the accessory plug on the dashboard there and plug it into here, and then plug this one back into the accessory. So it basically just makes a loop with the power. Took me a minute to figure that out. That's how they're trying to do that. And it's really hard to get to that plug. It's right down in here underneath the rubber behind the dashboard there. And I'll show you, let's look at where it is in the dash. Okay, so here on the dashboard, if you look right in the middle here, there's an accessory plug right behind that net. Just a little adapter plug. But that's what we're going for, is the back end of that plug. And it's a little quick connect on it. You really have to reach down there to get to the back end of that. But you'll notice these plugs. This is the plug end that is connected to it. And it has the little release right there. So if you plug that together, you just push down and they pull apart. This one will go back on the accessory plug, and the wire we take from the harness we take off the accessory plug will snap right into this connector. So I'm going to reach in and do that. Okay, so I got that disconnected. There's the cigarette lighter plug right there. So that's the one that the smaller one will go in, and they're directional. So that just clips in like that, and then I'm going to reach down and put this end back on the back end of the accessory plug. Has that little ridge on it, so well, you can feel the flat part here and the ridge on this side, so you can tell which direction it goes. Okay, there, it's snapped on. Alright, so that has us. Now this will come up to the contact. When we're ready to put this piece in now, we'll drill that into the glove box and then connect it to there. Okay, in the glove box, we're looking to just put this in. I'm probably just going to put it about right there. We've got to drill that in. So we've got a hole saw and a side angle drill. And always check behind, make sure there's no wires or anything. We'll just line that up about where it looks good and give it a go. Alright, so I actually decided to put it on this flat spot up here, so when I have stuff in here it's not quite in the way. But I've checked behind, so we'll go ahead and drill. Okay, now we'll put the plug and harness in. Straighten that up, and then we're going to drill the two mount holes right there, mark them and drill them. Okay, so we got the bolts tightened both sides, and now we just need to plug in the wire. There it was. Okay, so that's done. Alright, so we're going to mount this right here now. This plate goes underneath. We'll lift this bottle off. There we go, and just let it sit there. That gives us a handhold in there to get where we're needing to go. And I just need to mark those and we'll drill away. Okay, that takes care of that, good and stout. We're eventually going to move that when we get the second battery set up, but for right now this is where we'll put it. Alright, now we need to take the bumper off, which is this screw, or bolt and bolt. This is an Allen head. Go ahead and get that. Do the same thing on the other side. Now we're just going to loosely mount these brackets on the bumper for the plate. Alright, we flipped the bumper over. Now we're just going to add the rollers. Those bolts in. And the big roller is supposed to go on the bottom. Okay, so we've got this little retainer clip for the wiring harness. It's just going to mount right there so that it can clip in to that hole right there. And this is on the right side of the vehicle where this goes, by the right front tire. Okay, and we're just going to leave that a little loose until we get ready to put the harness on. Alright, under the front grille with the bumper off here, we've routed the winch power cables. And if you look right here, it comes with these two clips. Well, these two clips, one of them, this lower one clips in the hole in the frame there. The upper one clips in the hole right there. So that will actually go up and clip like that. And there's our power wires. And then the clip we put in on the right side will hold the cable right there. This little clip here will clip into that clip. And then we went up here right above the air intake, crossed underneath the hood area. That air intake hose was hooked right underneath here, came across underneath and popped them out where the fluid jug is, right there. And that just unclips and goes down so you can reach in there. Get up on there. Alright, we grabbed the winch out and the plate. Just put the 4 bolts in. Just have the cable coming up over the top right now. So I'll tighten those down. Got that done. Look at that. That is one big rubber band. Come up. Right there. Alright, we got that just loosely mounted up because we've still got to put the bumper back in those same holes. But we loosely did it just to get the wiring on. And these are color coded. So yellow to the yellow, and that's in the front here. Got that good and snug. Now we just do the other side with the blue cable on the back side. Same way, we'll just get that hooked up. So we just loosely put these bolts in to hold it while we wired it, and now we zip tied just to the frame so we can take the bolts out as we mount the bumper. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, tip it in towards the bolt. There you go. Good. Alright, one thing we didn't do is these brackets were on the inside of the bumper, just mounted loosely. They go right, so the rollers will go right through here, through the bumper, and then this goes right there. So we mount the rollers to that bracket. It wasn't real clear on how we were doing those, and we had those flipped over, so we've just undone them and putting them back on now. So we'll tighten that up and have this back on in just a minute. So this mounts through the bumper and then through the bracket. We finished tightening those up. That's all good to go now. So we're going to come back up on the wiring, and we're ready to put the winch power cable on. Short little bugger. And we've taken off the cable there. The battery cable is on this side, and so we've taken this off, and then we're just going to get it prepped and ready so we can put both of these on. Okay, we're just going to put power wire on now. Tighten it down. Okay, our contact here, what we figured out is we need to flip it. This wire's got to go to the red terminal here and on the back side, so we just need to flip it. So we're going to do that real quick. There, done. We're putting that on red, and then we're going to take the factory ground that was bundled up right there. It's taped in blue. We're going to undo that, make sure it's got a boot on it, and then put that right here on the black. Now we just have the two power cables to the winch. One's yellow, one's blue. Got a yellow dot, blue dot, so we'll just hook those up right there. Already got the boots on them, so get after that. The blue cable. Alright, now we just have to hook in the contact controls that we ran to the glove box. Okay, we got all the wiring done, so now it's just a matter of putting our hook on and through. Alright, there we go. She's on, wired up, time to test. Alright, there's our controls. I'm going to go plug those in, turn on power, and see what we have. Looks like she works. Now we just need to clean up the wires inside and zip tie them all, and we're there. Alright, so we got that all done. All we've got to do now is clean up the wiring. We're actually going to put a second battery in this. We've got a lot of accessories we want to put on, so we'll make some videos of those. If you want to catch those, subscribe. And we're going to throw a snow plow on this also. That's our next project. So we'll throw the plow on and make a little video of that. This is how we did it. If you have better ideas or things that have worked better for you, let us know in the comments below what you think or what you've done that's better. Real curious on that, how other people out's worked for them. So that should do it. Thanks.